In this video, we are going to have a look through the royal family of Brunei's collection, specifically the insane AMGs. A set of photos taken in 2001 have recently been spreading across the internet, which gives a better idea of the collection than ever before. The Sultan of Brunei's family gained immense wealth through a stronghold on Brunei's oil economy. This wealth fueled an addiction to buying bespoke luxury cars by the boatload and putting them away. It was always understood that in the 1990s, the Sultan was AMG's best customer, and they built anything that him and his family wanted. So let's take a close look at the true extent. Starting with one of the most popular chassis for the Sultan, the 140 S-Class. The standout cars are the S72 and S73 wagons. The first is this black 1997 example of the S73 with the later C140 front styling, and here is another one. The wagon body conversions were done by Carmen. Another is this red 1997 example with a black leather interior and red carbon fiber trim. Another 1997 S73 wagon here with custom green paint and matching green wheels. Here is an earlier red-on-red 1995 S72 with the W140 sedan front-end styling and the 7.2-liter V12 labeled as number 28 of the engine's run. The 555 edition being the quoted power output in horsepower. And these are still the LH management engines and we're actually closer to 7.1 liters. In the back of a different picture, you can see a Vario color S72T, quickly showing that we have by no means a full set of photos of all of the cars in detail. And finally, probably the most insane, a 1997 S73T with custom Ferrari yellow paint and red leather combination. Reportedly, up to 18 of these V12 S wagons were ordered by the Sultan in the 1990s, but it's unknown as to exactly how many exist. Another crazy set of cars are the C140 Cabrios that were made for the Sultan. A black 1995 model here with AMG details like blue piping and trim. Missing a door card, which is odd, and this is likely to have S72 specification under the hood, so just as we saw before with the wagon model. Another 1995 S72 Cabrio with a dark purple color and a bright blue leather interior. And another 1995 S72 Cabrio with a custom dark green finish. Next, a silver S72 Cabrio, and finally a custom yellow S72 Cabrio. These Cabrio bodies were done by Carmen as well, and the Cabrio design I believe comes from SGS. Now moving on to the coupes. This is a 1996 red-on-red leather example of the S73 with carbon trim and 50th birthday plaques. We have some photos under the hood from this car showing it with the 7.3-liter power and labeled as engine number 9. Per the labeling, there were over 50 7.3s produced just for the Sultan. 565 edition, again being a quoted power output in horsepower. And these 7.3s are later ME management engines, as you can see by the coil packs. Next is a black 1997 S73 with 50th birthday plaques, extensive carbon trim, and unique sport seats in the back of this one. Another 1997 model S73 in black with black interior. A stunning 1996 S73 again with the 50th birthday plaques and a unique Vario color paint finish with a black interior with subtle red accents. Another 1997 S73 example with factory-ordered special paint green mica. Here is an earlier 1995 model C140 with red on red, likely an S72. Here is an earlier 1993 600 SEC in yellow with a red interior and yellow stitching. Likely this could also have one of the Sultan's 72 engines in it, despite being an earlier car. Moving on to the sedans. Here is a 1993 600 SEL with special order blue paintwork. This car could certainly be one of the 6-liter AMG M120s, or it could certainly have, again, one of the 72 engines in it. This is one of the most interesting cars in the collection, which is a bulletproof S600 safety version, and under the hood it's fitted with the engine from the S72, so that 555 edition. Another W140, this one a 1995 model with a custom red-on-red combo and likely an S72. Finally, another 1995, this one a crazy yellow-on-red S72. Let's quickly look at a few 124s. Probably one of the rarest cars here is a car I never even knew existed. I believe this to be an E60 AMG Cabriolet. Very cool with the 6-liter V8, probably the only one to exist. Another menacing blacked out 124, and this one is special. I believe this to be a 1995 E60 AMG wagon, and a full leather interior for the Sultan as always. If that wasn't enough, here is another E60 AMG wagon, just with a red-on-red leather combination, and that brilliant 6-liter M119 under the hood with about 380 horsepower. These really are the cars of our dreams. It's believed that there could be 4 or more of these E60 wagons in total here. Moving on, there are plenty of AMG R129 SLs here. A 1991 500 SL 6.0 in black with facelift headlights added. A 1992 500 SL 6.0 in nautical blue. 1992 500 SL 6.0 again and finished in blue-black metallic. A 1992 500 SL 6.0 with an anthracite gray finish. 92 500 SL 6.0 again in pearl blue. This is such a cool color, and we can see the 6-liter M119 under the hood. And finally, a 1992 500 SL 6.0 in pearl gray. These V8 AMG SLs are interesting because they're slightly older than the rest of the collection, and they were ordered through Stratton in the UK market. Pretty much everything else 1993 and newer was Brunei ordered directly on the build sheet. Now onto the V12 SLs. Here's a 1997 SL73 with a special emerald green paint finish. A 1997 SL73 red with red leather and carbon fiber trim and 51st birthday edition. An earlier 1994 in almandine red, could be the 440 horsepower 6-liter spec or certainly an SL72. 1997 SL73 again specifically made for the Sultan's 51st birthday. AMG special order diamond black paint. Very cool interior with the leather dashboard and carbon fiber. Note the dual exhaust in the rear bumper. I believe these were called S600L for some reason and were prototypes before AMG started selling SL73s to other customers. Obviously missing a few parts in the photos as well. Silver SL73 again with those interesting bespoke rear bumper with the dual exhaust. This is an earlier 1993 600 SL with a special order dark metallic blue and a Picasso blue interior. Another earlier 1993 600 SL with black paint. Again, probably a 440 horsepower version, certainly could be an SL72. 1994 SL600 in malachite green with a cool Picasso green interior. Another 1994 SL600 in a custom red on red leather interior with crazy red trim. 1993 600 SL in silver, and another similar example, which is a 1994 SL600. Here is a 1993 600 SL with a custom yellow color and a red leather interior. Again, these are probably all the 6-liter, 440 horsepower version, but definitely could be 72 spec as well. And the Sultan has dozens and dozens of regular R129s, particularly dozens of 600 SLs. Now let's move on to some different AMG models. Another super rare car is the SLK36 R170 with a 3.6-liter M104, and the Sultan has a few, like this green-black metallic colored example with a cool two-tone interior and of course with carbon fiber trim. Another black one, and another brilliant silver one with a black leather interior and this cool red carbon trim. How about an AMG Business Sprinter? Packed with adjustable leather seats, wood trim, TVs, and an Alcantara headliner. Another cool set of two cars were these W202 C36s that have been turned into DTM tribute cars. Inside they are labeled each as DTM/ITC Champion Edition cars by AMG. Some other cool cars like these 190 Evo DTM tribute cars. This is what looks to be a 300 SL gullwing, but it's actually a Resto-modded car done up by AMG, yes, using real gullwings. The W198 300 SL was reimagined by AMG and HWA in the late 90s for the Sultan, and a few more were made for other customers. Under the hood is a M119 6-liter V8 and some multi-link rear suspension from the R129 and sport bucket leather seats inside. You must remember that 25 years ago, these cars were worth a lot less than they are today, so modifying them at the time probably didn't seem like such a big deal. Now this car is crazy, a W100 600 Pullman, but done up by AMG to feature an M120 V12 engine and a sport leather interior with wood trim from AMG. And here a 600 short wheelbase done in the exact same way with the M120 V12 and special interior touches. And that's just what we have from these pictures. The collection is bigger than this. There are cars in the background, there are cars not even pictured. These photos are from the early 2000s, so the condition of these vehicles today is unknown and likely in a bad state. The buildings are said to have deteriorated, allowing moisture and humidity to do their damage. We are about 24 years now after these photos. Some of these cars, including the E60 Cabriolet and the S73T, would be extremely valuable in the collector market if they were in good shape. And it's crazy that this is just scratching the surface, just looking at the AMGs. This collection is full of insane cars, F40s, bespoke Ferraris, you name it. The Sultan's money certainly did give companies like AMG creative freedom and the ability to make some incredible cars that wouldn't have existed otherwise. Many of the luxury makes in the 1990s were really funded by these guys. I'm sure they had fun building these crazy cars with a blank check. While we usually talk about this as Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah's collection, It's really a family collection, as his brother Jeffrey was the one who did most of the ordering of the cars. In the late 1990s, Jeffrey ran into trouble with the family, and that's why most of the collecting stopped, and the cars for the most part were abandoned. Anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments which car in the royal family's collection you like the best. And thanks to Torque Daily for helping to review the information in this video. Thanks for watching. If you want to support the channel, take a look at my store, link is in the description. If you want to see more Mercedes and AMG content, subscribe for more videos like this one.